Hey guys, welcome to another Iron Mike GT Sport stream. Today this is the manufacturer's round at Red Bull. Group 3 cars, 19 laps. Soft, medium, hard tyres are available, but the medium and hard are the required tyres. And tyre wear is ×4 and fuel is ×3, so you just need to do a little bit of fuel saving if you don't want to be refueling in the pit stop, which is what I'll be doing. During the week, a lot of practice, and wasn't really feeling too hopeful with this race. A lot of well, not a lot, but maybe 4 or 5 lobby practices. And I do enjoy starting at the back, which is what I'm doing in this race, but pretty much in the practice lobbies staying at the back. So I thought I'd start at the back because I got the feeling people may just push a bit too hard and end up going off track, copping a lot of penalties. And it's pretty fast and furious at the beginning of the race, and I didn't want to be in the middle of it. So doing a bit of fuel saving, fuel mix 6 for now. Looking at the replay, I was a bit concerned that I'd left it on fuel mix 2 when I would wind it down, but I just brought it down to 2 to make sure I don't spin my car out on these corners. So I'm in fuel mix 2, and there goes position 18, which is the link of Oz. So, wow, losing a car so soon was a bit surprising. I do put fuel mix down to number 1. Yes, I did. I thought I did the whole race in fuel mix 2 for a little while. Losing more people on turn 1. Not losing as much as what I thought. I thought by maybe turn 2 we would have lost about 5 cars. So far I've lost, 2 people. The first 2 laps there was another car just going off. It was running down the Australian. First few corners, I'm on hards at the moment for the first 6 laps, and the tyres are pretty cold. So I had to be mindful of just taking it easy this corner as well. So maybe after lap 1 the tyres do just start to warm up a bit. It is a 5:30 in the morning race, so that also means the track's probably a little bit cold. Probably at this point I thought this race is going to pan out just like my practice lobbies, the way these guys are breaking away from me. I'm out of the slipstream, but because there's quite a group of them, I think they tend to slow each other down, allowing me to catch up. So the plan is, just for now, don't worry about my fuel. I probably at some point do look at my fuel gauge, but just the first 6 laps, just on the hards, just do my best, stay on track. I also have traction control 2 on. I have found that without that I am turn 1, 2 and 3 mainly, because I'm slowing down so much, I do find I can actually spin the car out. So down here I'm in first gear, and I could push the car a bit too much and the back end spins out. So traction control 2 for the whole race. Probably around now is when I was beginning to settle down. That first 1 and a bit laps was just feeling my position, I guess. And now I've got a bit of space, a bit of room to sort of breathe and think clearly. Now it's time to try and get into a rhythm again. And I guess what I mean by rhythm, as everyone would know, but when you're practicing with no one else on the track, and you're hitting your brake points, you're hitting the right gear, entering corners properly. But then when you hop into a race, you've got that white line fever. You're so focused on the cars in front, you're looking at the split time behind you, you're trying to keep up, so you're pushing a bit too hard. Things start going wrong. So I was trying to clear all that, forget these guys who seem to screw up a touch, and just get down to doing my own race. So 19 laps already into lap 3. It's getting just a little bit frustrated with some of these guys. Some of them, like the guy behind me, he's had a bit of an issue on that turn 1 corner. He's getting a bit pushy. I was going to try and move over to the left to let him on the inside, but he wants to try and pass on the outside. Dude, I'm there, you know, so there's someone else already getting that corner wrong. So I'm moving up into 15th spot. But he's really trying to push. And you know, I'm a bit concerned I might get knocked off the track or something, and he's really showing pace, so when the time is right, I'll just stick to the side, and if he has the ability to get past, I'll just let him do it. So why would I be getting frustrated? I'll show you in a minute. So he just pushes a bit, which is okay, but yeah, he gets past. But I just found that, I think twice, once they get past like that, all of a sudden they just start going slow and getting it wrong. So now he's behind me again. I think there's another time when someone gets past me, and next minute it's like they're going slow. So it's probably about now. So here I am on the left, sort of showing him, you know, clear bit of track there. Doesn't take it. So it's probably about now I'm starting to, right now I'll look at my lap times, which a minute 34 isn't the best. Ooh, bit of a hit there, like, you know, dude, come on. Alright, so he's finally in front of me. It might be him again. You know, all of a sudden just starts going slow. We'll see in a minute. But anyway, a minute 34 isn't the best. On my hards, I'd be expecting to be maybe a minute 33, maybe a minute 32 if I'm doing well, but maybe because of traffic, doing a minute 34 at the moment. And a bit of breathing space. Oh no. I was going to say breathing space behind me, but running down is on my tail, is in my slipstream. So yeah, 20 drivers, and I started in 20th. More yellow flags. So running down gave me a nudge there, and then I realised I was probably because of that ghosted car. And it's the ghosted car behind me, the Japanese guy. It might be him who also then tries to get past me. That was annoying. He's flashing his lights. I think it's just whenever he turns, but to me it looks like someone's flashing you like they've got an issue with you. It's probably running down here. It's like, dude, come on. And then I touch the gravel and I go off track. I actually hit my wheel when that happened. I was so annoyed. I'm just surrounded by these guys who want to get past me, and then all of a sudden they're going slow. It's like, it's incredible. So it's put me back to 17th, and what's that, about a 6-second gap in front of me. So it's really thrown me. I really try and get myself into a rhythm, and these guys racing up behind me, trying to get past, and then when they do, they seem to then just sit there. So I've got to try and start all over again. As you can see in the top right hand corner of the map, there's a bit of a gap between me and 15th place, which is running down. Luckily, this is my last lap on the hards. So 6 laps on the hards and then 13 laps on the medium. And I did find during the week in lobby practices, a number of people will pit early, and I would say maybe lap 6 is early. Some people pit in the middle of the race, and then some people are pitting at the very end. So it's almost like the race is divided into 3 when it comes to people pitting. So the benefit of pitting early is that I'm on my mediums to the end, and then I've really just got to try and catch up with people, and then when they pit, I'm just getting past them. So in I go, try not to screw this up. And mediums on. And I'm pretty confident with the fuel. It's just, I didn't really need to look at how much fuel I had. It's pretty confident. I've still got 13 laps. If I'm a bit shy on the fuel, I've got plenty of time to just short shift to make it to the end. So the hard's off, medium's on, straight out. I was really surprised. Link of Oz is a minute 12 behind. He must have had a shocker of a race. So anyway, this is lap 7 on mediums to the end. No change in traction control. I'm not too sure if I changed my brake balance to +2 or my driving approach. So they're 13.5 laps. When I finish lap 7, I'll have 12 laps to go, so I'm doing pretty good when it comes to fuel. But maybe position as well. I was position 19 at this point was what I was aiming for. I'm doing pretty good. That's tongue-in-cheek there. I don't know, I was watching the replay after the race and I thought, this is not looking good at all. I do improve. Spoiler alert. So here's one guy pitting on lap 7. So that's an easy pass. Always worried though with I get around turn 1, someone comes out of the pits with fresh mediums on, and then the pressure's on. He's going to softs. Couldn't believe it. As soon as I saw him change from medium softs, I thought, bye bye, your race is done. So not looking good at the moment, position 18, but still got a way to go. So plenty of time to make up some ground. Although we are getting close to halfway. Now because there's a big gap in front of me and a big gap behind me, I could afford to just put my fuel gauge on and just watch it for a while. Didn't need the radar on. So my lap times on my hards weren't the best. A tiny bit slow, could have been better of course. Lap 5 going off track, doing a minute 40, really didn't help. But the mediums with that 131 is pretty much on target for me. So it looks like that guy in position 19 is still sitting there. So I wonder if he is fueling up. He's still in the pits. It's just mad. I think he's, personally I'd say he's just given up. So I'd imagine at this point I'm just looking at the guy in front who's 7.5 seconds ahead. I'd be just focusing on that split time and just seeing what I can do to start closing that gap. Because I'm not really too sure who has and who hasn't pitted yet. Here's another guy pitting. Looks like he's come out of the pits. Yellow flags. So, yeah, it was quite interesting to see. I wonder whether or not if anyone who started on mediums then went to hards. It's a bit of a tricky transition, you know, because you're pushing hard on mediums, and as soon as you put the hards on, you've got to use a bit of caution, but sometimes that can slip your mind and you still think you're on mediums, and if you push it too hard, off you go. So again, tongue-in-cheek, things are looking real good for me here. I'm in 17th place. Hopefully we've got still a large amount of people who are yet to pit. Well, there we go. Speak of the devil. Running down and skunky cat. If I didn't know any better, I'd say one of them was on mediums and is now going on hards. Oh, it looks like they're both going on mediums now. But I've got past running down. So this is that example I was talking about where we're now both on mediums, but I've been on mediums for a while. Yes, they're warm, but I've been on them for a while. So I'd be watching closely at the split time. Is he catching up on his fresh mediums? But so far he's dropping back. And then the split time of Skunky Cat in front of me. So that's 6 seconds. So obviously on the corners I'm watching my brake point and my driving line around the corners, but any opportunity on a straight, I'll be looking at those split times, and if it's getting worse, then that will be telling me to improve on my cornering. It looks like running down behind me is slowly dropping back, and Skunky Cat in front of me is I'm slowly catching up to him. So here's more people pitting. So I've moved up to so far 14th. Let's see if I can hold that. Yeah, so far so good. But again, there's always that risk people come out of the pits on their fresh mediums, and I've got to start watching out. It's back to the radar. So yeah, I must admit I was pretty happy that I had traction control 2 on. I'm pretty confident I would have spun off the track. I wouldn't be able to push it as hard as what I normally would. There are times around like this next corner, I can feel the car sort of dulling down, like here as the traction control is kicking in. So I'm trying to straighten the car, drive as smooth as possible and straighten up as quick as I can so I can get moving again. So it's almost as though every lap someone is pitting. It's going to kick out. I am still around the 5-second mark there. But running down is slowly falling back. It's now up to 4 seconds. So I thought, oh good, yellow flags, but looks like it's position 20, Delink of Oz. Just pulled over to the side. I got the feeling maybe something bad has happened to him and he's just waiting till the end of the race. Or he can't afford to quit, or else you'll lose a lot of points. So he's just hanging around. At least he's off the track. Shango, who's in third place, pitting. Poor Shango. Poor Shango. Shango is still in the pits. He was, what, third? He's just come out the pits now, I think. He's running down. I'm pretty sure he was in the pits and now he's going in again. It's just weird. Ooh, position 19, not having a good day. Alright, so I've moved up to position 13, just realised. And then I've got this Japanese guy behind me. 1 second, I think he's come out of the pit, so I was very mindful of him. Just watching the times, and then that corner there, it get a bit wrong, so the gap is opening. But now it's closing again, so I was always waiting for him to really catch up. Now the gap is opening again, 1.4 seconds. I was just trying my best to get away from 1.6. So I wasn't too sure what tyre he was on, and I thought maybe he should just put hards on. And my mediums are still looking pretty good. I would imagine that's a lot to do with A, the short shifting, and B, I've got traction control 2 on. So yeah, I've moved up to, it's hard to keep up, I'm in 12th place now. On lap 15. So we've got, what, 5 laps to go? 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 5 laps. Yeah, and I'm short shifting to make the whole 19 laps. And look, first place, pitting with 4% of fuel left. Obviously he's got one hell of a lead. just putting the hards on there. So the Japanese guy behind me, that's pretty much what I was focused on. Like Skunky Cat, I can see him, and he's what, 4.9. That split time is looking pretty steady. So I wasn't really focused on him. It was the guy behind me. You can see it's at 1.8 at the moment. The gap was growing. Just a quick look at the fuel there. I was doing pretty good with fuel. And it was getting pretty tricky at this point because I'm trying to get away from him, but also trying to be careful. So trying to show a bit of care in the corners, but without going too slow. But then all of a sudden it's back up to 2 seconds. So I would imagine he's got no traction control and he's just pushing it a bit too hard and just spinning the back wheels out a bit, just costing him time. Another Japanese guy pitting, so into 11th. What's this, 3 laps to go? As probably now I was thinking, well, I'm in 11th. Skunky Cat, maybe I can't catch him, but maybe we're catching other people, who knows. I'd love to make top 10. Even before the race, I thought, well, I'm starting at the back in 20th place. Top 10 would be good. Also keeping in mind that some people may be pitting on the very last lap. So you never know. There's different, I know it's only really 2 tyres and 1 pit stop, but it's quite a few different strategies. So it is possible yet some people are still yet to pit. And here, yellow flag, something, and I'm good, top 10 I'll be. No, I think it's a back marker. It's still in 11th place. The gap behind me is growing a bit. And then Slick Tricks has to pit. So, bang, I'm in 10th place. In the top 10. So penultimate lap, which is second to last lap, I thought just hang on to this, don't do anything silly, keep the guy behind me at bay. But then I find Slick Tricks has come out of the pits and he's what, 0.8 behind me, and it's just growing there. So I would imagine he's been on his mediums all race, and now he's on his hards, and he's just not used to it. So even with Slick Tricks, I thought just hang in there. And it's probably similar to the Japanese guy behind me, but you can see the gap growing. And this late in the race, you wouldn't be putting mediums on now, so I thought surely he's put hards on. If you have a look at my lap times, they're pretty consistent there. Minute 31. What's that? 0.2, 0.6, 0.6, 0.5, 0.8, 0.5, 0.6, 0.4, 0.9. So it looks like this Slick Tricks hasn't been able to catch me up. So at this point I thought, I've got one lap to go now. Still in 10th place. I believe I can do it. You must be having a horrible time on those hards. And that's a big reason why I like to put the worst tyre on first, because while I'm going around early on my hards going slow, other people are on the good tyres just making a balls up of their laps and just wasting a lot of time being hit off or just fighting and battling each other, whereas now it's pretty much clean track. So they're on the bad tyre now and I'm on the good tyre. So position 10 is looking good. I did mention earlier on during the race, I can't remember his name now, but there was a guy who was in 3rd place pitting, and I said poor, whatever his name was, I can't remember. But I think there are 3 people at least in this race who haven't used the right tyres. They either haven't used hard or medium. Shango, that's it. And so from 10th I move up to 8th with at least 3 people in this race, 1 minute penalties. So from 20th to 8th place, up 12 points, 59 points to my name. I was pretty happy with that. Hope you enjoyed the stream, guys, and looking forward to seeing your streams. See you in the next one.